Hey guys, this is Rupesh from Beebom.com and this here is the Asus 6Z which has recently launched in India at a starting price of Rs 31,999 and surprised us all. And this here is the OnePlus 7 which goes at 32,999 and that is a great price for this phone. So obviously both of these phones are pretty evenly matched when it comes to price, the hardware, the software. So it's obvious that a lot of you guys have a confusion on which one should we buy. Well, it's time to answer that question. Now before we answer that question, I'd suggest you to hit the bell icon to get notified every time we post an awesome new video. Now that you've done that, let's put the Asus 6Z versus the OnePlus 7. Okay, so I have used both of these phones extensively, the OnePlus 7 in the past and the Asus 6Z in the past few weeks. So I'm going to take it step by step. Let's start off with the design and display here. Okay, so like most phones these days, both these phones come with a metal and glass design and they both look premium, no doubts about that. The OnePlus 7 is obviously the more sleeker and the lighter phone of the two, but the Asus 6Z packs in a huge 5000 mAh battery and a motorized flip camera, so that's a compromise it had to make. Having said that, the Asus 6Z has a number of features that I miss on the OnePlus 7. First is obviously the headphone jack. I mean, say what you will, I still like to have a headphone jack on my phone. So kudos to Asus for not removing it, but that's not all. The Asus 6Z also has a dedicated microSD card slot that the OnePlus 7 lacks, which is something a lot of people like. It has the notification LED, which is very handy and useful, and it has a physical fingerprint scanner that I really like. It's definitely faster and more consistent than the on-screen fingerprint scanner on the OnePlus 7. Apart from that, there's also this smart key which is totally customizable, so you can use it to access Google Assistant quickly, take screenshots. It's super handy. Now that's a lot of great features in the Asus 6Z, but there's one thing in the OnePlus 7 that I miss a lot on the Asus 6Z. And that is super fast face unlock. I mean, flip cameras are great and I love the features it brings, but with face unlock you have to swipe up from the lock screen and only then it works. So yeah, it's not the fastest solution out there. Look, overall the Asus 6Z has a more functional and unique design, all thanks to these innovative flip cameras. On the other hand, the OnePlus 7 is obviously the more sleek and more premium looking smartphone with super fast face unlock, so it all depends on what you really want. Now coming to the display, this is where things get a little confusing. I mean, if you want a bezel-less display, the Asus 6Z packs a great full screen notchless display, but it's IPS LCD. On the other hand, the OnePlus 7 has an AMOLED display which is certainly more beautiful and something a lot of you guys prefer. To be honest, both the displays are pretty good, but obviously if you want punchier colors and deep blacks, the OnePlus 7's AMOLED is the way to go for. And like I said, if you want a bezel-less display, the Asus 6Z is the way to go. Moving on to the speakers, both the phones have stereo speakers and they're both pretty loud and clear, so you cannot really go wrong with either one of them on the audio front. However, of the two, only the 6Z has FM radio functionality built in, so there's that. So all that is great, but let's move on to the most important factor here, the cameras. Both the phones have dual camera setups with the same Sony IMX586 sensor, but the 6Z has a secondary ultra wide angle lens, while the OnePlus 7 has a depth sensor. So brownie points to the 6Z. Now let's compare the photos. In good light, I like the Asus 6Z photos more because the highlights are better and the details are better. Let me just show you by zooming in. This is the case in almost all daytime photos. Yes, sometimes the OnePlus 7 photos look more pleasing because of the high contrast, but apart from that, the 6Z is the winner. In low light, things are a lot more close. In this comparison, I like the photo from the OnePlus 7 because it's sharper. However, in this comparison, I like the photo by the Asus 6Z, but it's not a huge difference. When it comes to the portrait mode, the OnePlus 7's depth sensor shows its impact. The portrait mode photos from the 6Z are good, but sometimes the edge detection is not on point. In comparison, the OnePlus 7's depth sensor makes sure that the edge detection is always crisp and nice. Next up, both the phones are capable of shooting 4K at 60 FPS videos, so check out the 4K videos shot on them side by side. So I like the video shot from both the phones as they are sharp and detailed. However, the OnePlus 7 does capture a more warmer look, so there's that. When it comes to stability, both the phones are okayish, even though the OnePlus 7 has OIS, so it's surprising really. In 1080p, both the phones capture more stable videos thanks to EIS, and the video quality is pretty good too, so no problems here. Now it's time for some selfies. On the front, the OnePlus 7 has a 16 megapixel camera, while the 6Z has flip cameras, so you get the same high quality cameras on the front too. And that means the selfies from the 6Z are obviously more detailed and sharp. I mean, just look at these selfies. Plus, I like the fact that you can even capture ultra wide selfies from the 6Z, which you just can't do with the OnePlus 7. So yeah, when it comes to selfies, there's no beating the Asus 6Z. Overall, if you ask me, the Asus 6Z has an upper hand here over the OnePlus 7. It takes better photos in good lighting, it has an ultra wide angle lens which the OnePlus 7 lacks, and since its front cameras are rear cameras, it takes better selfies as well. Plus the flip cameras bring some really cool features that we have talked about in a previous video, so yeah, the 6Z wins it for me here. Okay, so it's time to talk about the performance now. So the Asus 6Z and the OnePlus 7 both have flagship grade features. They both have the latest and the greatest Snapdragon 855 processor, and they both come in 6GB RAM and 8GB RAM variants. However, there's one difference, and that is UFS 3.0 storage in the OnePlus 7. This means that the storage on the OnePlus 7 is twice as fast as the storage on the 6Z. Apart from that, both the phones perform very similarly. I've used both these phones extensively and they both are as smooth and as fast as a flagship phone can get. No problems at all. Plus, both the phones handle games like PUBG Mobile Asphalt 9 at max graphics. So yeah, gaming on these phones is just amazing. Now, the smooth performance on both these phones can also be attributed to the fact that both these phones have great software. I've always liked Oxygen OS on the OnePlus phones because of its stock Android looks and handy features. Now, I like the new UI on the 6Z for the exact same reason. The new UI on the Asus 6Z is stock Android with only the features you need, and it's one of the reasons I've really enjoyed using this phone. So if you ask me, I think both the phones are on par when it comes to software and the performance. Yes, the OnePlus 7 has UFS 3.0 storage, which is great, but it's not a big deal. Lastly, it's time to talk about the battery, where the 6Z kind of kills it. The Asus 6Z comes with a massive 5000 mAh battery compared to a 3700 mAh battery on the OnePlus 7. Now, the battery life on the OnePlus 7 is good, it's decent now, but the 5000 mAh battery on the 6Z has been super impressive. The OnePlus 7 usually would last me a day or a day and a half max on light usage, while the 6Z takes me to the second day on most occasions. So yeah, the Asus 6Z's bigger battery does make an impact. However, when it comes to charging, the OnePlus 7 is obviously the winner. The 20 watt warp charge charges the OnePlus 7 from 10 to 100% in just 1 hour and 15 minutes. While the 18 watt charger with the 6Z charges the phone from 10 to 100% in 2 hours 20 minutes, which is still great considering the huge battery. Lastly, the Asus 6Z also has reverse charging support, which can be handy to some. Well, that's pretty much everything, and I guess I've compared everything in these phones, so it's time for the all-important question. Which one should you buy, the Asus 6Z or the OnePlus 7? Well, it all depends on what you really want. First of all, when it comes to the performance or software, you cannot really go wrong with any of these phones. But if you want a phone with a bezel-less design, a micro SD slot, a headphone jack, a notification LED, physical fingerprint scanner, really cool flip cameras that are more feature-packed, and a way larger battery, you should go for the Asus 6Z. However, if you want a sleek-looking smartphone that features a beautiful AMOLED display, has the latest UFS 3.0 storage, has super fast face unlock, and has faster charging, you can go for the OnePlus 7. Well, that was our comparison of the Asus 6Z and the OnePlus 7. So what do you think? Which phone are you going for? Tell us in the comment section below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure to share it with your friends who have been confused between the Asus 6Z and the OnePlus 7. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.